Hi guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty. I'm Debbie, and if you've not been here before, this channel is all about getting creative with makeup, whatever your age. I'm from the UK, I'm 53, and I've got a massive eyeshadow palette collection, and I know a lot of you guys do too. And what I aim to do is to bring back some palettes that have been iconic from the past that you might have forgotten about, and to show you those and give you some inspiration of looks that you can create with them. So that's the main focus of my channel. And I think if you're looking for that kind of content, you know, you don't want to be buying all of the new things all the time, then you might really love my channel. So I'd love it if you might consider subscribing. But today isn't about that. We've got a new product to review, which I'm super excited to share with you. I've been on a low buy / no buy for most of this year, bought the odd thing here and there. But to be quite honest with you, there's not been much that's caught my eye, so it's been quite easy to resist. There's been one or two things that I might want to pick up later in the year if they go on sale, but there's been nothing that I've thought I'm really missing out if I don't get that on launch day. But this, I just knew I had to have it. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to be showing you all of the products that I picked up. I picked up 3 products from the Pink Religion collection from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So if you want to see what I picked up, see me create this eye look, and hear all about my thoughts on the products, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so I picked up 3 things from the collection. I picked up the palette, of course, and that's what I'm wearing on my eyes right now, and it's beyond gorgeous. I shared some pictures of it yesterday on my Instagram. If you follow me there, highly suggest you follow me there. I'm going to start posting a bit more content on there, maybe do some looks on there that I don't put on to YouTube, just to mix things up a bit. But I posted a picture of it on there because it's just breathtakingly beautiful. I don't think the camera's picking up all the detail that's in it, but this is the unit carton here. I'll just take that off. As a eyeshadow palette collector, I always keep all my unit cartons, and I've just ripped it, so I'm super sad about that. But this is the palette inside, and obviously the whole theme of this collection is to do with religion. So it's a Bible, and it's got like the gold edging down the side. Just the attention to detail on this packaging, I can't even tell you. It's all kind of raised. I'm just going to bring it up super close. I don't know if the camera's going to focus on it. I just can't do it justice. It's kind of a candy pink, almost neon in real life. It's just beautiful. And it's got a spine like a book on the side there. Yeah, just super stunning. And then inside, these are the beautiful shades. You've got a mirror on that side, and then these are the shades. And you've got 18 shades in the palette, so similar to like his Blood Sugar palette or Blue Blood or Blood Money, any of those, but it's this way up rather than that way. So yeah, all the names are underneath in this direction. You've only got 3 shimmers in the palette, so you've got that one, and the one in the corner. Don't let that one in the corner fool you though. That one is called Princess Crown, and it's the one that I've got in the corners here. It's a beautiful kind of ivory to pink duochrome. It's absolutely stunning. I would have liked to have seen a few more shimmers in the palette, but his mattes are truly stand out for me, so I'm not too disappointed because there's some beautiful mattes in here and some gorgeous tones as well. So we'll get into that when I kind of review it at the end of the video, and I'll let you know my thoughts on the colour story and the shades there. But that's the palette. As I say, it's got some of the embossings that he's known for, some of the stars, and then it's got some crosses on the shades all the way down the middle. And yeah, it's just a candy pink dream. It really is. I think it's something that was very much missing from his brand. It's very on brand for Jeffree. Obviously everyone knows how much he adores the colour pink, and yeah, I think he's just killed it with the execution of this collection. So the other thing that I picked up, or the second thing I picked up, was the Sacred Glass Extreme Frost palette. This is a different shade to the eyeshadow palette in terms of the packaging. It's a deeper, sort of more raspberry pink, and beautiful embossed writing on that. Again, it's got all of like that kind of raised, but kind of feels like faux leather, really quality packaging. And then inside, again, there's a little mirror, and then that's the 3 shades. I'm just going to show you up super close. These are absolutely beautiful. They're blinding. So you've got 3 shades that are pretty much based on pink, of course. You've got Pearly Gates, which is a lot more silvery kind of to pink. You've got a super pink highlight there. I think that one's not for the faint-hearted, but that's called Pink Purity. I think it's absolutely stunning. And then you've got the Glass Supper, which is the one that I'm wearing on my cheeks right now, which has got a kind of rose gold shift in the gold there, and it's just really, really beautiful. I think they're all pale girl friendly like me. I don't know how deep they would sort of go or what they would look like on deeper skin. I think the pink one definitely would look stunning. That one's quite icy-ish. So yeah, I don't know how suitable they'll be for a lot deeper skin tones, but for a skin tone like mine, all 3 of these will work. And it was just a great opportunity to pick up the Extreme Frost formula, which is really expensive. They're normally £50 each, and they've never been available on Beauty Bay either. So to pick this up, it was £57 on Beauty Bay to get 3 shades. I thought it was just too good to pass up to try that Extreme Frost formula. I've tried the Supreme Frost, but these have got a lot more glitz and yeah, sparkle to them, which I adore. And just, I forgot to say, but I picked up the palette on Beauty Bay as well, and that was £52 on there. And I just picked up one of the lipsticks, which is the one I'm wearing now, because I'd never tried the Velvet Trap formula, and I just went for the colour that appealed to me the most, which is why I'm wearing a purple lipstick with a pink eye look, because I just wanted to show you what it looks like. But there were pinks in the collection. I might pick up some more now I've tried it, because it's a very aptly named formula. It is very velvety and soft. But that's the outside unit carton, just comes off like that. And then the lipstick's inside, and it's that bullet shape, of course, that he's known for from his lip ammunitions. I've got 3 of the lip ammunitions. One of my absolute favourites in the world is Popsicle Dream, which is why I wanted this colour. This one's a little bit more deeper than Popsicle Dream, but it's not bad as a dupe. When I first got it, I thought it was a lot deeper, but it comes out lighter on the lips than it looks. But the quality of these is stunning. They're like that proper magnetic, sort of a lot better quality than the original lip ammunitions. And then you have that beautiful star pattern on the lipstick as well. I've already used it, so the bullet's not perfect, but you can see the star pattern on there, and just a really stunning mid-tone kind of purple shade. I think it's quite a flattering shade, but I love purple lipsticks, so yeah. Also, just to let you know, I don't know if they're still doing it, but on Beauty Bay there was a code BB15, and it never normally works on Jeffree Star's release day if you've got any sort of code, but it did. So managed to get 15% off the collection. So I think I got all 3 products for, I can't remember the pence, but it was around about £106. So yeah, super happy with what I got for what I paid for it. And Beauty Bay, I've got the next day delivery, ordered it at 6:30 on Friday evening, and it was at my house at 9 AM on Saturday morning. So super impressed with that as well. So shout out to Beauty Bay for that. If you're planning to get it from there, it's a great place to pick up Jeffree Star if you're in the UK. I think what we need to do is see the products in action. I've used the palette as blush, I've used the Sacred Glass palette as my highlight, and I've just use the palette exclusively to do my eye look. So let's jump into the tutorial for that so you can see it in action, and then I'll catch up with you with the finished look and to wrap up my thoughts on what I think of the collection. Okay guys, so I've done my makeup other than doing my eyes and my cheeks, and I thought we could use the palettes to do those things. So for blush, I'm going to go in with some of the colours from this palette because I think it's perfect for that. So I'm going to use Prom Night and Sugar Saviour. I'm going to kind of mix the two. It's going to be a pain to hold up this palette. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dip into those first. Now when using eyeshadows as blush, you have to be quite careful with how they come out because you never know quite how pigmented they are. I'm going to start with Prom Night, which looks pretty vivid in the pan. I'm going to start applying that kind of in a higher placement than perhaps you might do otherwise, because as I say, when you're using an eyeshadow it's going to come out pretty pigmented, but actually that's really, really pretty. I love the tone of that, like a candy sort of pink, coming out a bit more pigmented on this side. If I'm using a colour that's a little bit too kind of pigmented for my skin tone, this brush is the one for me. It's by Certify. I got it free with purchase years ago, and I just use it in a kind of dabbing motion. So yeah, I think that looks nice. I want to take a bit of Sugar Saviour, so this one here, just to tone things down just a tad. I'm just going to dust that one over the top. And I think that's coming out super, super pretty as blush. I love that. It's actually more pigmented than you think it's going to be, that colour actually. And then just to meld it all into the skin, I'm just going to take a really big fluffy brush and just go over everything. But blush fades really fast on me, so I always go in super pigmented, and it just gives a lot more youth and flush to your skin anyway, so it's one of my favourite products in makeup. Okay, for highlight then, going to be going in with the Sacred Glass palette. Super excited. I think the obvious choice would be to go with the pink, so Pink Purity, but I'm going to go with the Glass Supper. I just think it's got the edge for me. I love that kind of rose gold shift that it has in there, so I'm going to go in with that. I'm going to use a natural hair brush to pick it up, because I don't know what this formula performs like, but oh wow. It's one of those like really, really sparkly ones. And if you guys have been here before, you know how much I love a sparkly highlight. If you don't like sparkles, you'll hate this because it's super glitzy. Oh, it's stunning. It's stunning. I feel like if you spent some time like really buffing it into the skin, it would look a lot more wet look. If you left it kind of as it was when you first applied it, it's a lot more glittery, because the glitter is kind of going away as I'm applying it and buffing it in. But you can still see a lot of glitter there, but it is literally blinding. So, so pretty. I've tried the Supreme Frost but never the Extreme Frost, and I think this has definitely got the edge, but they're very similar, I think. Okay, on with the eye look. I'm going to prime with MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And I think I want to do a really raspberry toned, quite dramatic look with this palette today. I'm going to prime all over and a little bit on my lower lash line as well, because I'm going to start on the lower lash line. So the shade I want to go with first is Handbag Queen and then Beauty Killer, and I'm also going to use Diva as well, so I really want to keep it in that raspberry kind of tone. And then I'm probably going to put that shimmer, so Candy Cathedral, on my lid. So starting with Handbag Queen, I'm going to start on my lower lash line because I want to take this up as kind of like an angle, and I don't want to use tape, so I thought I could use the natural kind of shape of my eye coming down from or up from my lower lash line to do it. And that will give me a guideline of where I want to go to. So it looks super crazy until it's finished, but it will just give me, as I say, that guideline. One of the little tips and tricks that I've picked up along the way that helped me, because I'm not very good at getting that shape unless I've got a guideline, I have to admit. It doesn't have to be perfect at this point, as I say, we're just mapping the shape, giving ourselves something to go by. Now going in with an E25 from Sigma, I'm going to start building the intensity in that outer V and kind of joining it up with the shape that we've created, and it might just take a little while just to place that colour and really build up the intensity, but it's such a beautiful raspberry tone. This is my kind of matte colour. I love deep colours and dramatic colours when I'm doing my makeup. So at the moment, as I say, just placing the colour. I'm going to blend it upwards in a moment. I just really want to get that colour saturation down. Not getting much fallout at all, which is good. That's a relief with the colours dark and beautiful and pigmented as this. And making sure to tap off my brush though. Okay, starting to get the shape down now. I want to make sure I bring it high enough. Sometimes it helps to keep your eyes open when you're doing that, so you can really see how much of the colour you're going to see. Now I want to work on winging that out a bit, so change brush to a bit more of a fluffy sort of tapered brush. This one is by Jeffree Star. It's quite an old brush. I love the shape of this one for really diffusing out a colour. Look, we've just used one colour at the moment and getting quite a nice faded gradient with that. I want it to sort of just fade out to my temples really. Still working with this Hallberg cream colour. Just bring that in now. Start creating a bit of a shape towards the inner part of my eye. So just circular motions to blend it as I go. Really light pressure. You can always add, but it's like quite difficult to blend a shadow out if you've kind of put too much at a time. So I think light pressure, a bit at a time, that works well for me. Just bringing that across the centre of my eye, trying to keep that line going outwards. The tone of this pink is just stunning. Next up I'm going in with the Beauty Killer shade, this one here, using a small taper blending E45 from Sigma, and just carrying on that blend towards the inner part of my eye, but also blending out above that Hallberg Queen shade that we started with. Not using a ton of that one, it's just to give me a little bit of a gradient and to soften the look as it comes in towards the centre part of my eye. I was going to use Diva, but I think I'm going with Sugar Saviour just to further blend upwards. I'm also going to use Sugar Saviour on my lower lash line just to blend out where we started the look there, and under this line here. Give everything soft and diffused on that lower lash line and where we're dragging out the colour here. I'm only going to about 2/3 of the way across my lower lash line so I can leave some room for a shimmer in the inner corner. These have been really super easy to work with so far, no fallout, blending like a dream, really easy as I say to use. Next up I'm going to go in with Prom Night, this one here. It's almost like a neon shade and I really want to showcase that at the front part of my crease here. And I want to bring that down sort of in a straight line here. Give myself lots of room for shimmers later. Really wanted to stick just with the pink shades for this look. But there's so many looks that can be created with this because of the addition of like those orangey tones and purpley tones. It's got a brush with no product on just to diffuse that out at the top end there. Alright, next we're going in with NYX Glitter Primer. Going to cover the whole of my lids and sort of down into this shape that we've got here to get the most out of those shimmers. I'm going to take Candy Cathedral on the lid part, and then as we go more towards the inner corner I'm going in with Princess Crown. Oh my word, Candy Cathedral is just the most stunning pink I've ever seen. I wasn't expecting it to be that vivid and bright and gorgeous. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Taking that over the majority of my lid because, as I say, it is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to bring that colour down a little bit, kind of angled down. I've been liking doing that just lately. But then leave myself room for the lighter shimmer higher up. That makes sense? So going in with Princess Crown, I'm just filling in the area that we've got left now. I'm going to go in with Frosting Cult, so the last of the shimmers that I've not used on my lower lash line and kind of wrapping around here. And that's not on any glitter primer at all. and I've not sprayed it, and that is an impressive shimmer. I'm loving the shimmers in this palette. I wish there was more of them, but I am really loving them. I love to bring my shimmer on the lower lash line down like it's like little shimmer tears almost. I'm going to go back in with Handbag Queen now. I just want to build up a little bit more intensity in my outer V and just kind of mesh it in with the shimmer that's there. If I wasn't doing a review of this palette, I would bring a black into this outer V. I love a really intense outer V. This is a deep colour, but I'd love to just go that little bit deeper and more dramatic in this outer corner. Most of us have got a black in our collection, I think. A bit more blending just to really diffuse everything out in this outer corner, and then I think we're done. Okay, so that's the look to this point. Just going to hop off camera to do the finishing touches, and then I'll be back with you to carry on the video and give you my thoughts on the items I've picked up from the collection. Okay guys, so that was the tutorial. What did you think? Do you like the look? I've finished it off just using a core pencil from LH Cosmetics, white core. I just wanted that really open eye kind of look that gives. And I just wanted to keep things simple, so I've got no winged eyeliner. I haven't got any winged eyeliner left actually, so that's another reason why not. I haven't got any black left, and I don't think the look needs it because it's super dramatic and kind of drawn out anyway. And as I say, I've used the lipstick, which I've forgotten in trying to tell you which one I picked up, but it's the shade Always Faithful. So my thoughts then on the collection, well, I love it all. I think you can tell already. What I think Jeffree brings to the table in the makeup world, he brings a lot of drama. I just ignore the drama. And just while I'm on the topic of that, if you've watched this far and you're planning to leave any sort of hateful comment, just don't take the time to do that, because I'm going to delete any hateful comments. I don't want my subscribers to have to see that and to get into any kind of debate about anything. I'm happy to debate things, you know, but if it's in a respectful way, because I bought this because it spoke to my heart, and I think because of how he executes his makeup, it just makes me want to buy it. It speaks to that collector in me, and as a creator you always worry about covering Jeffree Star as a brand because of the controversy around it, and are you going to get that hate? And I know there's still those of you that would like to see his products and to know how they perform. And this video has been done for you, and because I just wanted to play with the collection. So I'm coming from a very positive place making this video, so I hope you'll take it in the spirit it's intended. But massive sidetrack there. But I think, as I say, what he brings to the table is, aside from any of that we've spoken about, is this creativity, attention to detail. There's always a theme running through things. And incidentally, you know, the pink religion theme, I know it's going to cause controversy and divide opinion, but I think for that, I think it was done very tongue-in-cheek with him. Like, pink is a religion, isn't it? He's just, pink's what you know him for, and just kind of runs through his DNA really. So I think he just was getting playful with that as a theme, and I think it's just been so well done. I mean, it feels heavy, it feels like a Bible, it feels like luxury, and yeah, I think, do we want to see every palette come out in just generic kind of square plastic packaging or cardboard packaging, or do we want to see something a little bit special? And as a collector, that's what I want to see. So the shades inside, I think for a pink palette, it's pretty versatile. I think there's going to be people that say that there's orange in here. Why have you got orange in a pink palette? There's purple in here. But they're kind of all tonal with the pinks that are in there. So I think that was quite a smart move, because if you're going to put 18 shades in a palette and they're all going to be pink, you're going to have a very one-dimensional eye look. You're going to be able to do, you know, maybe one or two looks, and then it's going to kind of be a bit stale, and you're not going to, the creativity won't be there. But I think because you've got the addition of like that hot orange colour there, so Strawberry Youth, that reminds me of his lipstick. There was a liquid lipstick in one of his summer collections that was a strawberry theme. It's that kind of shade. But you've also got some purples and lilacs in here, so you can kind of take the pink to a more kind of lilac-y kind of level, or you can do a gradient between pink and lilac, which I think will be beautiful. My favourite shade by far is the one I used, Handbag Queen. I love that kind of shade. Reminds me of, I think the shade was called Coma in the Blood Sugar palette, and in that palette it's one of my favourites. I always love deep and dramatic mattes though. And what I would say about that one is I was expecting to have some fallout from that, but I had absolutely none. I've got no speck of fallout at all. I always go in like fairly sparingly, tap my brush off, but I do that with every palette, and I do quite often get fallout from shadows. I think the formulation of his mattes is absolutely incredible. It blends really well, but is pigmented and buildable, and no fallout, as I say. Incredibly well executed. Yeah, the fact there's only 3 shimmers, what I would have loved to have seen is a really deep kind of aubergine shimmer and maybe a raspberry kind of colour shimmer as well, to do those kind of smoky eyes where you have like your shimmer on the lid and blend it out into like a lighter matte. I love to do looks like that. And also if I was going to do something like a halo eye, I like a deeper shimmer to then blend into the lighter shimmer. So I would have liked to have seen that. I think he could have maybe done 1 or 2 more kind of special glitzy kind of shimmers that he's done before. But having said that, all 3 of the shimmers, I used all 3. That one is a duochrome, that shade there, which is Princess Crown. It's gorgeous, kind of ivory to pink, and yeah, it's just beautiful. And that one like really surprised me at just how candy pink but how reflective and gorgeous it is. That one's kind of just an ordinary pink shimmer, to be fair, but I really do like the shades that he's picked for the shimmers. As I say, I just think there could have been a few more of them, but they're a soft buttery kind of formula. They don't look like they're going to get a hard pan. One of the things I've found with some of the palettes I've got, and particularly like the older ones like Beauty Killer, the gold shade in that was gorgeous, but got hard pan like the first time I used it pretty much, and I've had that on a couple of his other shades as well over the palettes. But I think his formula's got better and better with time. All 3 of these feel soft but not like crumbly at all, but they don't look or feel like they're going to hard pan at all. So that's a really important thing for me because I hate the hard pan. So yeah, love the shimmers that he's put in there. Just think there could have been probably 2 more, maybe 3 more would have been perfect then, I think. But I don't mind a matte heavy palette. I'd rather have more mattes than I would shimmers. So if you're going to do a ratio where you've got more of something, I'd prefer it to be mattes than the shimmers, if that makes sense. And then the Sacred Glass palette. Well, I think this is an absolute bargain to be able to try 3 of his extreme frosts in, you know, various different tones, and the packaging is just so beautiful. I mean, it's hard to really do it justice. Let's try this. Let's show you super close up. It's just so detailed. It's like faux leather, but it feels kind of squishy in quality. It opens really nicely. It just feels solid. It's not too massive that you couldn't take it somewhere with you though, so, and you'd feel happy to do so without thinking that it was going to break or anything. But they're just so reflective, so glittery, so like pretty. They're the sort of highlights that I gravitate towards. I love a glittery highlight. If you don't like a glittery highlight, these are not going to be for you at all. They really pack a punch and they've really got some sparkle on the cheeks, but super pretty. I think the 3 shades he chose complement the theme and the whole vibe of the collection perfectly, and yeah, really excited to own it. And then last but not least then, the Velvet Trap lipstick. Love the upgrade on the packaging from the Lip Ammunitions to these. I think these feel a lot heavier. They've got that magnetic closure and a really velvety soft formula. Now, I always get lipstick on my teeth when I'm talking, but that hasn't happened with these or this one. So really happy with that as well, that it glided on really like smoothly, but it doesn't, it's not feeling like it's dragging your lips, but it doesn't feel like it's going to come off everywhere either. So yeah, really quite impressed with this formula. I want to pick up the red shade Confessional. Love a red lipstick. And yeah, probably will pick up Holy Fashion as well, so I've got a pink one. But I wanted to try them first and see if the formula was for me, and yeah, really impressed. Didn't pick up the setting spray. I don't really use mists like that, and it was £20. I thought that was quite a lot of money. I do love the look of the mist on it though. It does look like it's super fine, and everyone's saying that it smells delicious. It's just not the sort of product I'd get enough use out of really. I'd probably just use it just in the same way as Fix Plus to wet my eyeshadows, and I just use Fix Plus for that. So what else was in the collection? Oh, there was the lip balms. I'm not a big lip balm person, and I probably wouldn't want a glittery lip balm if I was going to do that, but the glitz in the bullet of those are just stunning to look at, but I just didn't need them. And I don't use hand mirrors either, although I do appreciate how much love and care and attention has gone into the mirrors in this collection, particularly the stained glass one. That does look absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, beautiful collection. Really, really excited again. It kind of like inspired me to like want to talk about makeup again, which I felt really stale about a lot of the new releases this year, and it's kind of sparked that interest again for me to start looking at new releases, and so that can only be a good thing. So hope you've enjoyed watching. You'll have to let me know, guys, have you picked up the collection? Are you planning to pick anything up? As I say, please be kind and respectful in the comments. I've made the video from a place of positivity. I want you to just see the collection and decide for yourself if it's for you. If it's not, and you don't support the brand, totally get it and understand that. But as I say, just be kind to one another in the comments. Wish I didn't have to say these kind of things, but it just goes with the territory, I think, when you're reviewing Jeffree Star. So thank you so much for watching, guys. As I say, if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing before you go. But other than that, hope to catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.